It's a doctor who
requested it?
yeah, wants me to in fact, I'm in talking with him now about doing the article. In fact, we're getting together after I get back from England to write the first article.
Cool.
And it's about athletes, and it's about the aging athlete. It's about athletes' injuries after fighting and after, you know, it's not even necessarily the injuries, okay? It's the road that they traveled for those many years, and all of a sudden the road is stopped. And now the excitement and the thing they do every single day that made them who they are, made up who they were, made up their DNA, is now gone.
The idea basically was an orthopedic surgeon, and he was an athlete at Temple University, a rugby player, like 6'3", 220. And when I was writing this first book, Sedentary Nation, he came to take a look at my workout. He really liked it. He says, for your next book, you should write one called The Aging Athlete. So it's a new field in orthopedic medicine. So these doctors for the last 20 years keep getting these aging athletes.
Can I interrupt you for a minute?
Sure.
I'm actually writing a column for fight medicine.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys turn to drugs, they turn to women, they turn to alcohol, they turn to who knows
Whatever
what.
distraction.
Some people turn to religion,
Yeah.
you know, but something has to fill that spot because it's an explosive and exciting life, especially if you're successful at it.
You mentioned serotonin in
Yes.
our conversation.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the boxers, they didn't know what they were going through. Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes goes back and fights Mike Tyson. What's going on in their mind? And you mentioned serotonin. How long have you known about that?
Well, I think I first found out about it because I actually took a medicine that actually helped serotonin
Production?
production in your brain. And that's where I really learned about it more often was that, you know, it's the feeling you get, and it's a false feeling. It's just like
It's stimulating.
It's
it
like a
feels good.
cocaine or
Yeah.
anything else or alcohol. Or
Tell me why you mean it's false.
because it's not. In reality, we are still who we are. We are still human beings.
It's
We're
making
all,
you feel a little superhuman so you can try to do superhuman
well,
things.
it makes you think that there's no tomorrow. Like you are it. That there's no rules you have to play by. There's no afterlife. I mean, they don't realize that life goes on. And once we're done with what we do, then we basically come down to everybody else's level.
And
We
we're
are just
signing autographs
normal
as a former Ken Shamrock kind of a thing.
You almost go below what normal
Yeah.
respect is because then
Yeah.
people don't look at you at that same level anymore. I almost
Yeah.
feel like you're being belittled, but you're not.
Yeah.
It's just
You're not an old person yet, so you're not the 75-year-old coach who won back in the 50s. You're still real recently, moving into your new zone.
you still have the ego. You still have that bravado, and it's being basically taken away from you because of health. And your mind hasn't caught up with your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Your mind is still like a champion, and your body is way far away from that. So they have to catch up to one another. I think it's me personally. I think it's probably the worst thing that happens to athletes